thing is that our design is very focused on this specific case, and it may be not strictly applicable to a real life or real world system. It's based on two main screens. This is the first one. We decided that the more important thing in Mary's work is to be aware of any failures in the boxes. We call boxes to the recording devices and racks to the recordings. And the worst thing would be to have a failure in a device that has a that is close to start a recording. So in the first screen, you will see a list of devices with the red ones or the failure conditions one in the top. And if there is one with, for example, one with maybe a recording in 1 hour or in 2 hours, next, and it is red, it will blink or whatever, or even with a sound alarm or something like that. From here, she will have some big buttons to go to the specific tasks in this case. Maybe we can go through the case.
Okay, yeah. We're just going to read through this in case people don't know what the scenario is that we've been going through. So it's Monday morning on the second week in the semester, and Cobbler U is podcasting 40 different courses. When Mary comes in at 7:45 a.m., she takes a look to see which ones will be recorded today. She also does a quick check to make sure. So we start with, she takes a look to see which ones will be recorded today.
So you will have a button to go to today's recordings. And here you will have a screen with today recs and ordered by time. All of these will be the same date because she checks that button. Up here you have a filtering for what we put it strictly in the fields that we will need in the case, but we will put it in all of them. If you write something here, for example, for the next part of the case to find something about the Professor Hoffman, just write in HOC, maybe it will start filtering as you type, and you will have those there. You can clear that part, and you can see here what the time, the room, the box, name and the course. If it's only audio or audio plus whatever, and some actions, a pencil for editing this specific recording, and a crash to clip, and a status here.
Okay. She also does a quick check to make sure that all the capture agents are okay.
So she check it here.
No classes have started yet, but everything looks fine. Even Schult Hall, the room in which the capture agent failed last week. Thinking about that, she checks to see which recordings will happen in Schult Hall today, and see that there are 4 of these, one of which will start in a few minutes at 8.
To see the recordings for the Schult Hall, we click all recordings. No, just for today, he will click today recordings, and then she can put here this one, shoot. So she will just see the recordings for the suite.
She makes a mental note to take a look when class starts to be sure everything is okay. In the meantime, she checks her email. The only thing that requires immediate action is a request to cancel the recordings of Professor Hochman, who is sick today. She locates the course that Professor Hochman teaches, Anatomy 221, and cancels today's lecture, which is supposed to happen at 11 a.m.
So we go to today's recordings. She selects Hoffman, and when she selects the arrow to kill that stupid thing, will appear a confirm small window, and when that scheduling is delete, will be a line. I mean, we will keep the record, but we leave a line.
Multimedia.
We use
Can't wait to use the
love
rubber
your use
bands.
The phone rings. It's Mary's son, who has a quick question to ask before he heads off to school, and by the time Mary hangs up, it's 8 a.m. Mary confirms that everything is working fine in Shulthal.
She could do it in the main screen. Just writing here choose code, or just looking for it in list.
Are those sortable? You could sort room, you could sort
Yeah,
box.
of course. If you click
Just by
here,
clicking on them.
if you click here, it will be short by rooms. But maybe if you have a lot of them,
Yeah.
it will be easy to type here an S or whatever. And if a short room is recording, we'll see here some icon.
Is there a search box for each of the columns or just for the first one?
Well, for this specific case, there's only one, but in a real-world system, we'll have one for, well, maybe not for the one with icons, but for the ones with text.
She also checks to be sure capture is happening for the 6 8 a.m. courses in which it's supposed to be happening right now.
You can show the courses by time, so you can there have the status that is already recording. You only must know that is recording okay. You don't need to know nothing about what box.
She also double checks to be sure that Anatomy 221 won't be recorded today.
Yeah, that's the same. You can show some to find it with the line on top.
Mary checks email again, and this time there's a request for Professor Ketterold saying that his Tuesday, Thursday, 2 p.m. course was just moved into Brooks Hall, one of the rooms that's equipped for podcasting, and that he's excited about having the course video podcast so that students and the rest of the world access it via his blog.
Well, for this specific case, we have a button with a plus, +R, for adding recordings from the main page. We will try to keep Mary as many as time as possible in this screen, so any problem with a device, it will be clear very soon. When she clicks here, it will appear as pop-ups this window with boxes where you can select the room maybe from a combo box. You can select the days of the week. You can write the professor, limit data, the course number. You can have radio button for the streams, and also what we call dating and data for the starting and the ending of that specific collection.
Mary adds new recurring reporting to the system, providing the info she knows, who's teaching the name of the course, everything that's in our list there. She also specifies that only audio and video should be captured and that it should be available in the Matterhorn module. She indicates that she's done for now. The system generates and displays a list of recordings that are now scheduled to occur for this course.
You will have in here. You will be able to somehow reuse all of this part of the UI. Just we don't have.
She then checks the list of tomorrow's recordings to confirm that Professor Ketterold's lecture tomorrow afternoon is set to be recorded.
Well, mainly the same with Professor Data.
Just checking too. She then checks the list of tomorrow's recordings to confirm that Professor Ketterold's lecture tomorrow afternoon is set to be recorded.
must go to checking all recordings and then, well, here in the date, select date for tomorrow. I think that's all.
Quick questions? I know